Hello and welcome. I'm Ash, and do you have rizz? What's your beige flag? And have you ever been ghosted before? Well, if you have no idea what I'm saying, don't worry. In this guide to modern dating vocabulary, I'll break down the most popular phrases and terms we use to talk about relationships. This is your guide to modern dating vocabulary, brought to you by Learning English with Oxford. Now, before we get started, it's important that you remember that the terms and phrases we are covering in this lesson are slang or informal phrases. And as such, it might not be ideal to use these in formal or exam situations. And remember that slang is always changing. What might have been cool yesterday might be uncool today. So if you want to stay up to date with the latest slang and modern English terms and phrases, then make sure to follow Learning English with Oxford. Let's start off with our first word. Are we dating? Are we in a relationship? Or are we just friends? You might have found yourself in this situation before, or maybe you know someone who has found themselves in this situation. Well, it actually has a name. A situationship. A situationship is where two people are romantically involved, but it's not very clear or committed. It's not quite casual dating, but it's not a clear, committed, exclusive relationship. It's something in between. After months of undefined feelings and unclear expectations, Sarah realized she was in a situationship with Ravi. We spend a lot of time together, but without any clear labels, it just feels like a situationship. So, a situationship, not quite casual dating, but also not an exclusive relationship. Something in the middle. But before you can get into a relationship, you've got to find a partner. How can you do that? Well, good communication skills and a little bit of rizz. What's rizz? Well, rizz is a slang term that's short for charisma. Your ability to woo or attract a partner. The skills to be a smooth talker and know how to flirt in the right way. And know how to say the perfect thing to make someone like you. Rizz in this situation is a noun. He has great rizz. There is no way he will be able to chat to her. He has negative rizz. Fun fact, in 2023, Oxford University Press announced that rizz was their word of the year. So do you think that you have rizz? Our third modern dating vocabulary term is love bombing. Bombing sounds intense. Love bombing is when someone shows another person a lot of affection or attention, especially at the beginning of a relationship, with the aim of controlling or manipulating that person. At the beginning of their relationship, Nina overwhelmed Marco with love bombing, giving him compliments and gifts to gain his affection. Getting gifts and attention is nice, but love bombing, that's a step too far. Now let's talk about flags. No, not those kinds of flags. Relationship flags. In modern relationships, these symbols are used metaphorically to describe opinions about behaviours, especially when describing the behaviours of a significant other. There are commonly three flags we refer to when talking about behaviours. Red flags. Red flags act as warning signs, describing a potential or possible issue. He calls his ex every week. That's a red flag. She refused to let me look at her phone. Red flag. Then we have green flags, which are the opposite of red flags. Green flags show positive aspects and positive behaviour. My partner often takes me on secret dates. It's such a green flag. My partner always listens to me when I'm speaking. It's a green flag. And finally, we have beige flags. Beige flags are behaviours that are not problematic, they don't cause problems, but they are unique or rather unusual and perhaps surprising. Jonathan's beige flag is that he has a whole room dedicated to Legos. My partner's beige flag is that they always wear odd socks. These behaviours may seem a little unconventional and slightly odd, but they are harmless, and in fact make relationships that much more interesting. A quick recap for you. Red flags are used to describe often negative or problematic behaviours. Green flags are used to describe positive aspects. And beige flags are used to describe unusual or unconventional behaviours or aspects. Now, be honest with me. Have you ever started talking to someone online, having a nice conversation, then all of a sudden, they stop responding? No warning, no goodbye, they just disappear, and maybe even block you. Well, there is a term for this. It's called ghosting. To ghost someone means to suddenly stop all communication with them without warning. And this term is especially used when we talk about online dating. Sam thought everything was going fine with Clara until she ghosted him and never spoke to him again. I'm really struggling to meet people online. Every time I start a conversation, they just ghost me. So, if somebody leaves your message on read and never responds to you and disappears, well, they have ghosted you. Our final modern dating phrases are soft launch and hard launch. Now, these are terms taken from business English. So let's break them down. A soft launch is when we announce a relationship, but we do it subtly. Maybe we tag the person in the photo, but don't actually show them. Or perhaps we include their arm or hand or even the back of their head within the photo. It's designed to subtly announce a relationship, and it's also used to build up hype or excitement. It gets people asking, are they dating or are they just friends? Lucy and Steve soft launched their relationship online by both sharing a photo of a restaurant they visited together. A hard launch, on the other hand, is an official announcement, letting everybody know that two people are in a relationship. We arranged a hard launch of our relationship at Amir's birthday party. So once again, a soft launch is a subtle announcement that requires a little bit of guesswork, and it's not 100% clear what your relationship status is. A hard launch, on the other hand, is a formal or public announcement where it's very clear what the relationship status is. And that was your modern dating vocabulary guide. Still want to know more about modern dating vocabulary? Do you want to understand what it means to orbit someone? Or perhaps you need more help sliding into the DMs? You can find out more on this topic by reading this article by Oxford Press. You can find it linked in the description below. And that's all from me, Teacher Ash. Have a lovely day and happy dating!